Now we discuss other things. Projection of uniform circular motion on its any diameter is linearized. And we will obtain the expressions for the displacement. Initially, assume a particle situated at point P is performing uniform circular motion along the circumference of the circle with center O and radius capital with constant angular velocity omega in anti-clockwise direction as shown in figure. Now suppose that a light is thrown from the upper side and lower side, so that the projection of the P0 will be on the diameter AB of the circle, which is supposed to be coinciding with the x-axis of the selected coordinate system. O is the origin. The displacement of the particle will be measured from this mean position O. Now suppose the particle which is performing uniform circular motion is at point P0, then its projection on the diameter is at point say M0. When this particle in circular motion moves to position P1 in anti-clockwise direction along the circumference of the circle, the projection of the particle of performing circular motion situated at point P1 will be at point M1 on the diameter AB. Now, if it comes to position say P2, the position P2 has projection M2 on the diameter AB. So, in short, we can say that when the particle performing circular motion has moved from position P0 to P2, the projection on the diameter AB has moved from the point M0 to M1, from M0 to M1 and then M1. When the particle in circular motion moves in the downward direction and takes position P3, then its position on the diameter or projection on the diameter is say at point P3. So now the motion of the projection on the diameter is reversed. It has moved from point A to M3. If the particle moves from P3 to P4 along the circumference of the circle, the projection will move on the diameter from the point M3 to M4. In short, if we consider the circular motion of the object along the circumference of the circle, then the projection of the particle in circular motion on the diameter AB will move between two fixed points A and P along the path AB with O as mean position. Whenever the particle in circular motion completes one revolution, the projection on the diameter will complete one oscillation. As the particle in circular motion is moving with constant angular velocity omega, the period of the particle in circular motion will be equal to t equal to 2 pi by omega. In the same time interval t, the particle on the diameter AB, that is projection on the diameter AB, will complete one oscillation. So, the projection will perform a periodic to and fro motion between the points A and B with O as mean position. So this is periodic oscillatory motion. The first thing we have proved that the projection of the uniform circular motion on its any diameter is a periodic motion. It is oscillatory motion between the 2 points A and B as shown in figure. Now, if we are able to show that the linear acceleration of this projection is directed towards the mean position and in magnitude. It is directly proportional to displacement from the mean position. Then we can prove that this projection is the linearity. For this, we will consider the particle in circular motion starts its motion from the point P0. OP0 is the position vector of the particle at point P0. Particle in circular motion whenever it is situated at point P0. Let alpha is the angle made by this radius vector with the negative y-axis. Suppose that in a time interval t, this particle moves from point P0 to P1 along the circumference of the circle. So, the position vector changes from OP0 to OP1. If t is the time interval during which the particle in circular motion moves from point P0 to P1, then angle traced by the radius vector will be equal to omega. The projection of the particle at point P1 on the diameter is say m. Then OM represents the displacement x of the particle from the mean position whenever the projection is at point M. The triangle OP1M is a right angle triangle and in which the angle OP1M is equal to omega t plus alpha. So, in this right angle triangle, we can write OM divided by OP1 is equal to sin omega t plus alpha, where OM is x, OP1 is the radius which is equal to A is equal to sin omega t plus alpha, or x equal to A sin omega t plus alpha. This is the equation of the displacement of the projection on the diameter at any instant t, where A is amplitude of the oscillation, that is the maximum distance covered by the projection along the diameter, which is equal to radius of the circular path, and omega is called angular frequency of the projection, which is equal to angular velocity of the particle performing circular motion along the circumference of the circle and whose projection on the diameter is to be considered. Now, this equation of the displacement can be differentiated with respect to time. If we differentiate this equation with respect to time, we have linear velocity of the projection. So, linear velocity of the projection at any instant t is equal to rate of change of linear displacement with respect to time, that is instantaneous linear displacement with respect to time. So, v equal to d by dt of A sin omega t plus alpha. Differentiating this equation, we have v equal to A omega cos omega t plus alpha. Now, if we differentiate this equation of the linear velocity with respect to time, we will have linear acceleration. So, linear acceleration small a, which is represented, linear acceleration is represented by small a will be equal to d by dt of v, or d by dt of A omega cos omega t plus alpha. After derivation or after deriving this equation, we have A equal to minus A omega square, because A omega is constant derivative of cos omega t plus alpha is minus omega into sin omega t plus alpha, or minus omega square into a sin omega t plus alpha. This is the instantaneous linear acceleration of the object which is supposed to be moving around the diameter a, or it is the instantaneous linear acceleration of the projection. So a is equal to minus omega square. The bracketed term represents the instantaneous displacement x. As omega is constant, we can write in magnitude acceleration is equal to omega square into x, or as omega square is constant, because omega is constant, acceleration is proportional to x. So from this equation we can conclude that the instantaneous linear acceleration of the projection in magnitude is directly proportional to its displacement from the mean position. And negative sign in this equation indicates that this linear acceleration of the projection and its linear displacement from the mean position are always oppositely directed. That is, the instantaneous linear acceleration is always directed towards the mean position, because the displacement is always measured away from the mean position. So from this we can conclude that the projection performs linear acceleration. In other words, the projection of uniform circular motion on its diameter is always linear acceleration. Now we will have a recap of all the equations in linear acceleration between the velocity, displacement, acceleration and time. So the first equation we have acceleration is equal to omega square into x with negative sign, that is minus omega square x. This is equation between acceleration and displacement. Another equation is acceleration a is equal to minus a omega square sin omega t plus alpha. This is another equation. This is the equation between a and t, time dependent equation of the linear acceleration. From this equation we can say that the variation of the x or variation of the linear acceleration with respect to x is a straight line graph with negative slope, that is acceleration and the displacement taken along x axis and acceleration is taken along y axis. So this is a omega square, this is minus a, this is plus a, this is minus a. So variation of the linear acceleration with respect to displacement is straight line passing through origin with a negative slope has magnitude omega square. So slope is equal to minus omega square, that is delta a by delta x is equal to omega square. So omega is equal to square root of delta a by delta x. This is the equation. By using this equation, omega can be found out, period can be found out by using omega equal to 2 pi by capital T. Frequency can be found out by using omega equal to 2 pi. If the terms are represented in terms of the graphical. Now, another graphical representation. Graphical representation of the acceleration with respect to This equation shows that the acceleration has sinusoidal form. When its variation is considered with respect to time. So graph is sine function graph. If x-axis is selected as the displacement axis and acceleration is taken as along y-axis, then if the particle starts the system from the mean position, then displacement will be towards positive extreme. This is the graph. When x and t graph is represented like this. If this is the variation of the displacement with respect to time, then this will represent the variation of the acceleration with respect to time, where time is taken along x-axis and acceleration is taken along y-axis. So acceleration is sinusoidal function. Sinusoidal cosine function can also be taken as if the particle starts its system from the qualitative equation. From this, we can have minimum and maximum value of the acceleration. Minimum value of the acceleration will be 0 when particle is at mean position, and maximum value of the acceleration will be minus capital A omega at x equal to plus or minus A. That is at either x equation. X equals. So these are the two equations from which these points can be discussed. Now we have another equation, v equal to omega inverse root a square minus x square. This is the displacement dependent equation of the velocity, equation between the velocity and displacement. One second. If x is equal to 0, that is particle is at mean position, then v will be equal to v maximum, and this v maximum has value u. When particle is at either extreme, v will be equal to v minimum, and this minimum value of the velocity is g. If we use this equation of the v maximum and maximum value of the acceleration in magnitude, capital A omega square, using these two equations, we can have omega equal to acceleration maximum divided by v. A omega square divided by A omega. So this is another expression for the in terms of the maximum value of the linear acceleration and maximum value of the displacement. This is the MCQ point. Now second, in order to represent the variation of the velocity with respect to displacement, we will rearrange this equation as v square equal to omega square in the bracket a square minus x, or v square by omega square is equal to a square minus x, or v square by omega square plus x square is equal to a square. dividing LHS and RHS by A square, we have V square divided by A square omega square plus X square by A square is equal to 1. This is the equation of shapes. V square by A square omega square plus X square by A square equal to 1 is similar as X square by A square plus Y square by B square equal to 1. And this is the equation of shapes. So if we have the graph showing variation of these two variables, then X is taken along x-axis while V is taken along y-axis. So these are the maximum positive and negative value of the amplitude, plus A and minus A. So this is plus A omega and this is minus A. So this is the elliptic length. This is the elliptical graph, ellipse. So graph of the variation of the velocity with respect to displacement will be an ellipse. Now, one thing is interesting. If we consider omega equal to 1, then A omega will become A. So, the graph turns out to be circle. So, for the particle performing linear vector with unit angular frequency, the graph showing variation of the velocity with respect to displacement will be a circle. For any other value of omega, the graph will be elliptical graph. We have obtained relation between acceleration and displacement, between acceleration and time, velocity and displacement. Now, another equation between velocity and time, V equal to A omega sin omega t plus alpha. This is the relation between the V and t. Time dependent relation of the instantaneous velocity and its sine function. So we will discuss the variation of the velocity with respect to time when particles pass from mean position or extreme position and the corresponding different times will later on. But this is the sinusoidal function, or this can be cosine function if A omega cos omega t plus alpha. Cosine function. And the third one is x equal to A sin omega t plus alpha. X. So we have derived using A and x, A and B, B and x, V and T, x and T. We can have relation between V and acceleration.